any steel on this car? Oh. Hello, folks, if you're out there. Okay. Hello, looks like somebody's in here. Good to see you, whoever that is. I'm working on my son-in-law's Kia Sorento tonight. Needs to have a radiator replaced. So, I thought it'd be fun to do that one for him. A little bit dark in here, as you can probably tell. I don't have actual electricity out here in the new shop yet. I'm just using my battery powered stuff and lights and things like that, using an extension cord. 162, how's it going? Good to see you, my friend. Don't know if you heard, I'm out here working on my son-in-law's Kia Sorento. He's got a 2025 and the radiator has failed. I'm not sure if he, hit something in the road or what the case is, but I'm gonna pull it apart, take a good look at it, and probably just replace it. Be the easiest thing to do. So that's what I'm out here working on tonight. I'm out here in my new shop. Caesar, sure, hello, how are you tonight? Caesar, yes, I know many Caesars. Let's see here, Gabriel, hello there. The Crystal Sky July. Yeah, I'm a real father-in-law. And he wants to come over Saturday and kind of see how to do all this stuff. He happens to be an engineer and also an Italian chef. And it's Caesar, sure. It's good to see you here. Yeah, but he's a younger guy, so I'm going to be glad to show him how this goes, and I'll certainly be recording most of it here. Tonight I want to try to get things pretty much pulled apart if I can, now that the temperature's down to 94 degrees. It's been so hot. The heat index today, I think, was 107 or 108. It was the same yesterday, and so I'd waited for it to cool down a little bit before I could come out here. And I'm in my new shop. I'll pick this up a little bit and show you around. It's a metal building. It's basically built. Hey, Tim, how are you, brother? Yeah, we should do that tonight, 162. Cowboy, how's it going? So I'm just kind of working on a little project here. I've got my son-in-law's Kia Sorento. Radiator is kabuts on it, so I'm going to repair and replace that, or remove and replace that. Most likely, if I can repair it, I certainly will. And here's another project I'm working on. This is, I just picked this up, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago maybe. I haven't had a lot of time to work on it, but this is my 1992 K2500 4x4 Chevy Silverado. It's got a 454 in it. And I bought it not running. The gentleman that I bought it from thought it had an ECM problem. I found the ECM to be fine, but I am tracing little things down because it wasn't running. I found that the relay for the fuel pump was bad. Replaced that. I wasn't getting any spark. I checked the distributor, the whole ignition system out, and the pickup coil was bad. So I'm just going to replace all that stuff and get this thing on the road and then start working on the body and things. I mean, the body's in really good shape. There's really no rust on it whatsoever. It's up from Florida. But it's got a lot of sunburn. I don't know if you can see it on that wheel eyebrow, I call them, and the hood and the roof are sunburned from being in the Florida sun a lot. But it was a great deal, and really appreciate that guy sending it to me. He had it actually sitting outside on his front yard, no for sale sign or anything, but he wanted to sell it after I talked to him a couple of times. Here is, can you see my Camaro in there? Yeah, there's my 69 Z28. That's in good shape. I really need to put a set of tires on it before I do too much crazy driving with it. But that's my 69. Got a couple of motorcycles over there. This little frame here you see is for a 1933 Packard. I'm going to use it as the foundation for the Roadster that I'm building. So that's kind of what's going on here at this time. Hey, I see Jacob's in here. Let's see if I missed anybody. So I don't know how, I hope the light's okay for you guys. It is, there we go. Yep, I think I saw everyone. It is a little bit kind of dark in here, but we're just starting to work on this. I just pulled these tabs out. Now I think pretty much you got to take this whole assembly off the front here. I've done it on like my wife's car and my daughter's car. First time for me working on a Kia, so I want to take my time and make sure there's no surprises. Looks pretty straightforward, and it looks a lot like the last couple I did. Working on these new ones is nothing like working on the old ones that we like so much. But hey, got to do what we got to do, right? And I don't know if I put a post out earlier today, if you haven't seen that, talking about being retired and being able to do all these things that I've always wanted to be able to do, and finally really getting there and able to do some of those things now. So it's a lot of fun, All right, there's that. So I'm gonna have to do a little bit of looking around here to see what all needs to get popped off. I have a feeling that comes out from underneath this. See if this, yep, okay, there's a little bit of stuff back here we got to do. See how these things come apart. Looks like these things pop off of this. A lot of plastic here. Okay, that's a locating pin, I think. Yep, okay, same as that. I don't really want to pull this entire thing off if I don't have to. It'd be nice to do it as one big assembly. I think that would be the best. Okay, this is all, yeah, I can kind of see this is all pretty loose, and that's how I'd like to take it off if I can. This whole big front end. I was looking for a place to mount my headlight. I could undo it up here, but I can't find any steel in a decent location on the engine to attach to. See here, who else do we have? Thank you, Cowboy, for mentioning that. I appreciate it. Yeah, if you guys could hit the like button, that makes a big difference. Are you really, Timmy? Getting ready to send it to a shop. What are you doing to it? Hopefully it's nothing too crazy. Yeah, you got to take the whole front end off to get to the radiator. That's how the other two were that I worked on. So see if I can find all the attachments without having to get any instructions out. Typical, right? I don't want to get any instructions out. That takes too much time. Okay, so this is all loose except for whatever happens up here. And I have a feeling that will come off. with this entire assembly. Looks like, let's see here. I think, let's see. I'm gonna need a little bit of light down in there. I do have a light plan for the shop lights that I hopefully can get going here pretty soon. Okay, well, this is gonna have to come out for sure. Sometimes the hardest part of doing any job is just getting the connectors off. Is this anything steel? No. There, we got a little right there. Let's see if I can, okay, this should spread out and pull out. All right, let's try that. Or will that go forward? When I did my wife's Acadia, I don't know if I should say this online or not, but we had about a month before it needed to be turned in, and I had that Packard frame on the driveway, which where we were keeping it out of the way for a long time. So my wife decided she was going to do me a favor and make me some more room. Hey, Hugh, good to see you, brother. Let's see here. Okay. Has enough Freon blend door. Yeah, I got to do the blend door on my 92, believe it or not, Tim. Jacob, how's it going, buddy? Let's see here. So anyways, I do have the plan for the glass, or the lights for the shop. So that'll be soon to come. And get that stuff taken care of. I actually have them in the other garage, and looking forward to getting some light out here so I can, oh, that's pretty nice. So I can get the headlight disconnected, see a little bit better. I don't know how bad it looks from your guys' perspective, but it's a little bit dark from my perspective. Okay, let's see here. That looks like that's gonna come off, maybe. That's, I think that might be for the fans. Let me see if I can get a little bit more of this out of the way. They seem to have perfected these, I call them button clips. I don't know what you're supposed to call them, but they go down into between two parts, and from there, you just pull them out, and when you're done, you put them back in. Okay. Now it looks like air intake. We'll set that right there. Some kind of air intake. Okay, that looks good. Put these over here. I'll take these two out. Okay, not on this side. A little bit different on this side. Okay. I realize that this is the first foreign car I've really worked on, except I did restore a Volkswagen in, I guess it was the mid-70s. My cousin and I took that project on for something fun to do, and ended up being a really cool little build. Back when a lot of people were still driving the early Volkswagen Bugs. Now we got a whole brand new style of them, and that's all great. Okay. I also found out that when you work on a Kia, you also have to have 10mm fasteners, sockets, a lot of 10mm fasteners. Stay there. You know what's really nice? It's kind of this way on my wife's, well, I started to tell you about that. My wife's Acadia too. Nothing's really dirty. Nice clean, new plastic, new metal. Makes it a little bit better. See if I'm missing anyone here. Hugh, what do you got to say? Found 2 scratches on my deck, my aluminum block last night, and I turned into a complaining little girl. I know what you mean, man. We can see things. Debbie always says, when I get like that, she says, you know that's a first world problem, don't you? So you're right, sweetheart. Yeah, oh yeah, you got that right, Hugh. You do feel that way. You walk away for 30 minutes and calm down, and you walk back, and they fall right off. That's so true. That's so true. Cowboy. Now that's some internal power, my friend. Oh, see here. Better get a Kickstarter, I know. Hey, you know, on my, I'm not going to do this, but I keep thinking that it might be cool about putting a crank start on the front of that Buick Straight 8, like the, you know, it's kind of a T-bucket looking Roadster, and I thought, kind of cool to be able to go out there and like crank that thing and have the start switch in the crank and start it up with the crank. And but I don't know, that might be a little bit too corny. and it would look very funny on that particular car because that engine is humongous. I mean, it's just huge. And I don't know, we'll see. That's down the road a little bit. All right, let's see if I can figure out now what's holding this up the rest of the way. Might have to undo some things underneath. I don't know, possibly. Let's see here. This now. This is the whole headlight assembly, but it's tied into the fascia. So like Timmy said a minute ago, it's all gonna have to come off together. I'm gonna shoot my camera down in here just for a second. I just wanna get a look at, hopefully I'm catching it. Here is the connector for the fans, I would say, and then there was a connector here. Is that showing up on there? Connector here for the headlights, and then this one for the fans. While I'm videotaping this, I also want to get a little history on what in the world am I doing. Nathan's here. All right. I found a fix today, talking to old school peeps. Red Loctite, yeah. That stuff is awesome if you never want to take it apart again. I do use a lot of, well, not a lot, but a certain amount of blue Loctite. Chain and a tree will make, oh, you know what? That's not a bad idea. I bet I could wrap a chain or something right around this whole front end. That would do the job. Let's see here. You know, I was talking to my son-in-law, and he had taken this into the dealer, okay? And the dealer, I mean, maybe this is typical, but they wanted $1,500 to replace this radiator. Now, you can't inspect it all that well from here, but what I could inspect and run and heat it up and looking for drips and where is it? I can't find it. Oh, it does have a problem because he's had to refill it, and you know, he can get several miles out of it, but there's a small crack somewhere, and I gotta find it. And I gotta find, okay, I think that's good. All this is good, I would say. Don't know that it pulls out or not. See if it pulls out or if I'm supposed to leave it all on there. No, I'm gonna have to check and see. Oh, this is okay. I don't want to pull those. I think that's all part of the headlight, and that will stay together for the whole thing. Grab my light. We've got these little, kind of like buttons in here. Well, they kind of look like a yin-yang. It's kind of funny. But they're between the headlight assembly and then this plastic cover. But they're not connected to anything underneath because everything's moving together real easy. Okay. Gotta be something else under there. Somebody mentioned, I think it was Tim, you got to pull the whole front fascia off, and that actually makes it pretty easy. Did the same thing on the other two I worked on. And it just, you know, the whole thing lifts off. Set it off to the side. Pull the radiator. That takes no time. Hey, 162, have a good night, my friend. Glad to have you here. Hugh, I have read Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, Acts, Romans, deep into 1 Corinthians. That's awesome. That is awesome. You know, when I talk to people, and I did the same thing, you know, myself was started in the Gospels, exactly like what you did, Hugh. And it gives you a really good foundation on, you know, what Christ did and all of that. Really, really good. Let's see here. Got to get the Bible study. Okay. Red Loctite is also a scratch filler. You know what? That's a good point. I didn't realize it, but I can see how you could use it for that. Yeah, very cool. Okay. Let me do a little bit more looking under here and see if there's anything that I have to loosen up here. Okay, these cables. I know there's a couple of cables down there that you have to kind of pull when you're pulling the fascia off, you have to pull it like a couple, 3 inches and then get to those and then pull them off. What kind of a fastener is this? I can see some of the things that they do for their quality control, you know, for like when I was working on building special machines for automotive assembly on like, you know, on production lines and such. And we would have certain things we'd have to do, like we would, after we checked to make sure that everything, all the bolts were torqued down and everything, we'd mark them, you know, with white to make sure that we knew somebody looked at it that way. And so there was a better chance that they were loose, or I mean tight and not loose. And I see they do that on a lot of like these fasteners, just to make sure that they're in there correctly. Okay, this goes to the fan. Okay. So I think, is there anything steel under here? There's a little bit. Oh, maybe that's aluminum. Okay, see if I can hang on to this and pull that. Yeah, it should work. Now this is, these connectors can be aggravating. I don't know if any of you other guys have issues with them, but man, they can be a real pain in the neck. Now, can I just pull that whole thing off? I think I can. See what size that socket is. Looks like it might be a little bit bigger than a 10. Well, looks like a 10. Quite thick 10 though. End up losing this somewhere. Not only lose my 10 millimeter socket, but my ratchet too. That would be bad. This weather that we're having has been uncharacteristically hot for us. Okay, there, that's good. It's easy. I gotta say, I like how they assemble a lot of this. Okay. Like to put the nuts back in where I took them from. That's a better chance of not losing them. I'm just doing not a headlight and not a transmission. I'm doing the radiator. I know they do. That's okay. If you guys have any tips on this one, I'm all ears. Let's see here. Oh, you know what I was going to say? Hugh, what you're saying about a transmission, that 92 I bought, it's got the 454 in it, but it's got new brakes, new transmission, and new tires, 5,000 miles on it since then. So that's awesome. It has the 7.4 in it, Hugh. It's got the big motor, and it's kind of excited about that, and getting things going on that. That'll become my daily driver here pretty soon. And there's a lot of stuff that's got to come off of here. That will be my daily driver, and I think it'll be a fun one to have. Okay, this one coming off. See if I can feel anything under there. It feels like if I forced it, I could get this whole piece off, but don't really want to force it. Let's look down here and see if I can see any fasteners in here from the front. And the answer is nope. Okay. Yeah, I keep forgetting to finish the story about the Akeda. My wife ran over that frame that's sitting over there, that 33 Packard frame. And when she did, one of the running board brackets, you know how they have the running boards on the side, they, you know how they stick out. Well, somehow she caught that with the AC condenser, pierced right through that, blew the front tires out, kapow, just like that. I mean, it was kind of really messed it up, but I had to turn the car in like a month from then. So had to get new tires for the front end and replace the AC condenser and a couple other minor things underneath there. And that was a fun job. I learned quite a bit on that one. 8 miles to the gallon uphill, downhill pulling. Yeah, it's not going to be a good mileage car. And I'm thinking about driving from here to Big Falls, Minnesota, using that truck to go to the auto show that's coming up. Unless I can talk my wife out of her truck. My son, one of my sons, and my wife are going to be going to, I'm going to have to get a bigger socket there. They're going to be going to northern Michigan, actually up to the Mackinac Island, probably the same time that I go to Minnesota. So my son drives, and I can take my wife's truck. That'd be a lot better on gas. All right, let's see. I'm going to have to get actual real tools out here before too long. They're all over in my other garage over there where the Camaro is. All right, that's good. This will definitely make a difference. I don't know if they're worried about this thing falling out or not, but man, some of these bolts, some long thread on them. Okay, that's that. Yeah, this will come off of there. Okay, that's better. That's better. I got one on this side. I have to do the same, I'm sure. Maybe, maybe not. No, these were all Tims. Yeah, this one right here. I was going to use my power tools, you know, the battery ones, battery operated. I thought, not that much to this, so I'll just use these. Okay, those are long. got anybody else? Let's see here. 454 is right. Grandma P sends her love. Hey, tell her I love her too, and I've been praying for her. I looked at my list tonight that I talked about Sunday, and on my computer on my desk, I should say, and I'm working on that. There's a lot of people on it, and I'm going to tell you guys this. Not looking for any sympathies or anything, but my wife mentioned we lost my cousin Nathan. He's only 47 years old. He's a second cousin, my cousin's son. Not sure what happened or why. Oh, excellent, excellent. Yvette, love you, and I hope you're having a good evening. We're praying about those biopsies upcoming. And then last night, my cousin Randy, he's 70. He's in hospice at home, and I went over there last night, and you know, he was, I guess, unconscious or whatever that situation is, like being unconscious. But yeah, you got that right, Hugh. He was breathing, but he wasn't responding or replying. But I did want to go. I read him several Psalms, and I prayed with him and the family, and he was very close, very, very close. Chad, how are you, man? It's good to see you. You just cheered me up. But he ended up dying this morning, and so now I'll be doing the funeral and everything like that. I probably will on my other cousin Nathan too, but Nathan is in Alabama now, and when they get his body back and whatnot, we'll figure out what's going to happen. So we are the age when we lose too many. That's what happens. That's what happens. You got that right. But yeah, that was a tough one yesterday. Him and I were dating his wife and my wife. You know, we were all going out together at the same time, and they got married 2 weeks after we got married. And you know, we raised all our kids. They're roughly the same ages, and now, of course, we're really close with their grandchildren and our grandchildren, and it's been a very, very close relationship all those years. And she's actually from my wife's side of the family, but they're just like, you know, we're all one big family, I guess I would say. And so we're gonna miss him. His name's Randy, and the younger cousin's name was Nathan. So, but you know, they both knew the Lord, and I'm happy for them. The hard part is for the family that's left behind, and we got to realize that this happens. So thank you, Chad. Appreciate that. Sometimes these things happen, and I'm anxious to hear more about my cousin Nathan, who's in Alabama, but he's divorced, and he's not divorced. They've been separated for years. And Darrel, how are you, brother? Darrel, great to see you. So his actual wife, I think she's in Tennessee, and they either want to bring the body back to Tennessee or up here to Michigan. And so, you know, that's yet to be known. And then with Randy, they are trying to decide how they want to handle this and everything, but they've asked me to officiate the funeral. I do a lot of funerals, you know, in my line of work, but to the ones who are in your own family, they can be the best ones, but also the most challenging. Oh, not everybody, Hugh. Not everybody. But yeah, so you see if I can see another couple things here. Hey, for you guys that just got here, I'll tell you what I'm doing. This is my son-in-law's 2025 Sorento Kia, and it's got the 2.5 liter naturally aspirated engine. Doesn't have a turbo. But make a long story short, he ended up with a leak in the radiator, and those are not covered under warranty. And I think the dealer wanted like $1,600 to do this job, and it's not that hard. So So I figured, let me do that for you. That will be fun, and I can do it in my new garage, which is also fun. I mentioned earlier, I have lights. I have half the lights for the shop. And then I've also got some solar lights that I plan on installing here very soon. And so that's about it there. Once I get those installed, at least I can have, light during the evening time in here, because this is detached from the house. And so, just be a little bit safer that way. Well, would you look at that? That's a tiny little fastener. That comes in from back here somewhere. Okay. That's looks like plastic welded or something. What do they call that? Fusion? Something like that. For me right now, it's confusion. Just kind of feeling my way through this. Okay, there's a couple of screws. Okay, now it's all coming much more clear. Excellent. Let's see here. If I have a small enough fill-ups. This is in a tight spot. I've actually been doing some projects lately, but I haven't been recording much just because things have been busy, and you know how it is. Yeah, I was going to say 1400, Chad. Hey, Grandma Vic, so good to see you. So good to see you. I hope you're feeling okay. Let's see here. Oh, by the way, prime rib. This wasn't exactly prime rib. This was bone-in ribeyes. So my daughter and son-in-law called us Sunday. We went there after the Sunday night service in the garage. And his dad had called him and said, hey, I want to have some steaks tonight. Will you cook us some steaks? And he's like, well, yeah, I'll cook some steaks. And the dad says, okay, I'll pick them up. So I think that was a big relief. So we had those steaks. And, I told you he's like an Italian chef. He doesn't do that for a living, but amazing cook, especially Italian. I don't know how he did these steaks, but they were so good. And so we had a really nice dinner that night and got to visit with them. And yeah, the cameras sometimes in work don't mix. That's true. I was out here, I think Saturday all day. Not all day. I was out Saturday for a few hours replacing a belt on my mower. Got that in and all that was fine and dandy, and cut the whole yard except for like the last 3 strips, and the other belt broke. So now I got to replace that belt, and hopefully I'm done with belts for a while. But yeah, Chad, let's see here. Good to see you, Chad. Thank you so much for coming on. I really appreciate that. Yeah, some of us are awesome on the grill. Yep. I am awesome right after the grilling. No, I do a lot of grilling too. I enjoy it, and everybody loves, grilled food. At least I think everybody pretty much does. I think I might have to go get a shorter. I'm gonna get a shorter screwdriver for those little babies. See, maybe I can go in like that. I'm starting to see now the need to have those lights in here sooner than I anticipated. So that'll probably be maybe a tomorrow job. Might have to go to the cardiologist tomorrow. I'm not sure. I think so. Okay, come on, little dude. A couple of small Phillips head screwdrivers in here, and my small Phillips head screwdrivers are in the other shop. And it's all the way over there, like 100 feet away, so I guess I should probably take a walk over there and go get them. Let's go over there. Let's see here. It's tomorrow. Oh, hey, listen. I'll get that prayer request out tonight. Hugh can catch you up, but we have, or maybe you were listening when you were eating dinner, but we have a lot of people we're praying for, and you're certainly one of them. And I want to get that out, but I'll get yours out tonight for sure. Don't fear. Yvette, you know, God loves you more than anything. You know, that's how he feels about each one of us. And I'll just be praying that you'll have peace. You know, Jesus said, peace I give you, not as the world gives. His peace is different. And it's the kind of peace we really need when we're facing situations like this. Yeah, all that stuff they make just gets away. Yep, you're right. She will be okay. She will be okay. And let's get 1,000 or 2,000 people praying. And I think that can only help. Helps everybody, the doctors, you know, not just Yvette, but the doctors and all the techs and everybody that's involved. That's why we need each other in the family. You know, we're all part of the family. Have you ever heard the song "The Family of God"? It's a really great song. I've led it and sung it many a times at the church when I was worship leading. Now I don't do as much worship leading as I did, but that's one of those songs that never gets old. And it goes, I'm so glad I'm a part of the family of God. Goes on to, let me see, so glad I'm a part of the family of God. Da, 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 da. Blessed by his blood. Join heirs with Jesus as we travel this trod. So glad I'm a part of the family of God. Those old songs are kind of nice. They give you something to hang on to right along with the Bible. And there's a lot of joy in music. I know I love it, and it's something that helps us all, especially when we're together at church and we want to sing and worship and draw close. You know, it's a great thing. I used to do a while ago a little bit more singing on here, but I'd like people to come back, you know, so. So, they don't do it quite as much anymore. Maybe I can get it from up here now. Yeah, that's better. For any of you who, not knowing where everybody lives, I mentioned it Sunday night in our live, but Arco Horton has a auto show called the Resurrectors Reunion. It will be in Big Falls, Minnesota on August 15th, if that's a Saturday. It's a Saturday right around that date. And if you can get there, it's really great. I mean, it's a long drive for me. With a 2-hour nap, it's about a 13-hour drive. I get there in 15 hours usually. So it's a long ways from Detroit, Michigan, but it's worth every mile you drive. I mean, there's so many great people there, and it's just really great. Is it, Hugh, is that uploaded yet? I'd like to see that one. I'll check for it tonight if it's up there, and look forward to seeing that, watching. Okay, next one. A little lower down there. If I get my arms down in there, yeah, it should work okay. One needs the longer one. I might have to advertise for Kia radiators so somebody else doesn't have to learn this. There we go. Get that by hand. Let's see. When I did my wife's car, I counted the fasteners. Now I'm not going to count the fasteners on this one. I started out with 188, and when I got finished, I realized I only installed 185 when I put it back together. Nothing fell off though, so so I thought that was a little bit funny. Yeah, sometimes these things just won't let you like. Sunday night, Jenny watched it after the fact, and she texted me and said, I can't, it won't take my like. So I told her it's a thought that counts. Thank you, Jenny. But it does help. It's really great when you do that. Let's see here now. Let's see what else I can find like those down in there. Okay. Now let's see. Here's some more just like that. Down here. I'm gonna find out if I can just pull the whole thing, which I think I can, not have to get it, because there's some screws down in there that I can see how you could get to them once you have this thing off, but I'm not gonna try to fight all those little fasteners that probably don't have to come out for what I'm doing. Okay, now over here, let's see here. This is the other fan power. Let's see if I can get my hands down in there for that. I think I can. I really do like these fasteners that they use and these connectors. A lot easier than the GM ones I'm used to fighting with. Okay, I should go like this. Tight. They are tight. This might look easier. Get a small flat nose. I have one up here. This might work. Hey, it's pretty nice. They give you good access to these things, and it's really pretty impressive. Didn't know if it was going to be like this or not in any way. My son told me I should be spending my time figuring out how to make a aluminum magnet. I said, yeah, that would be nice to be able to do, but I might leave that up to his generation. Let's see. That was nice. It's kind of silly when you get excited about fastener coming off easy, but haven't always had the best luck with fasteners. These here, I wonder if I can get the camera in here to show this. Rubber, aluminum, there's some metal. Oh, what are those connectors called? They're really large size connectors that we use a lot in high voltage applications and such. See if I can get you in there to where you can actually see. Okay, I'm right over here. It's kind of dark, isn't it? So right here, they've got this, basically this latch, is it showing up there? That comes around, let me see, I pushed it one way and I think the other. And man, is it a nice latch. Oh, here it is right here. Oh, I'm gonna need my other hand, hold on. Might seem kind of silly when you get excited about fasteners being easy to work with, but Sometimes it seems like fasteners and connectors are my nemesis. Push that down, look at that, pops out just like it was meant to. It don't always work that easy. That was fantastic. Okay, let's see here. I think that one has to come out. Let's get that. I think that was a 10, if I remember correctly, on the other side. Let's see. Yep. Now, take it out the rest of the way by hand. I think most everybody who's here tonight is already part of the Sunday night service, but if you're not, and or if you want to spread the word, we are changing the time this week to, we'll be starting at 8 p.m. Eastern. So it'll make it easier for people in the other time zones, instead of being in the middle of the afternoon for them at 5 Eastern time. It'll be more towards a little close to evening, at least for the ones that are the farthest out west, and then for the ones between here and there should work out pretty good as well. But I want to make it as easy as possible for people to be here. All right, come on there, little dude. Oh yeah, man, I like that too. That was with that. Excellent. You know what I can do? I can put that back on there and just put this back where it belongs. Okay. This will go right here again. Like that. Yep. Okay, that's back on. All right, making a little bit of progress here. This will certainly have to come off. It goes all the way across there. Maybe we can just snap it loose. I think we can. Yep. Should be able to relieve that and see what we can get here. See if I can get steel down there. And this guy. I'll have to get my son-in-law and daughter on with us one of these times. I'd like you guys to meet them. I think, Yvette, if you're still here, was your daughter's name Christina also? My daughter is Christina, and it seemed like they had the same name for some reason. I could be wrong, but it seems that way. That's got to push it that way. Okay. Back. Let's see here. Looks easy. Let's get the first one off. The rest of them will be real easy. Once I actually know how it works. I think that just has to go back far enough to clear. Okay, gotta get down there a little further. Okay. Get one of these ones that are a little bit closer up first. Yeah, tomorrow I'm definitely gonna have to get those lights up here for sure. Yeah, that's for sure. That is for sure, Hugh. I've had that happen so many times. Hey, brother, how you doing tonight? Badass 93 Stang, it's good to see you. Thanks for coming. Working on a 2025 Kia Sorento, replacing a radiator. Let's see here. Jane, how are you? I'm wrenching on a Kia. Oh, yeah, it's the Camaro's well along the way, but now I got two of these other projects that I got going here. Let's see here. Man, good to see all you guys. Hey, Jane, I'll show you my other one that I picked up and I'm working on. I'm going to go around this way so there's a little bit more light. Let's see how it looks. Yeah, you can kind of see it. It's a 1992 Chevy Silverado. 3/4 ton. It's the K1500. And got a really, really good deal on it. And it's a solid car. It came out of Florida. No rust or anything like that. It's a beauty. So I do have to fix a little bit of sunburn from the Florida sun, but basically it's a nice car. And it's got the big 454 in it, the 7.4 liter. So does that help at all? Oh yeah, that helps. See it back there, I've got air cleaner and air intake and all that's off. I've got the distributor cap off. I'm gonna pull the distributor one day here in the next couple of days. And I'm replacing the ignition system, that's why that's off. And hopefully she'll be good to go. Thank you, Badass. That's, I've been looking for one of these. I found it on the side of the road. No, it didn't have a for sale sign or anything, but you could tell the grass had been growing around it and it hadn't been touched in a long time. Get a little light in here. I think it might be better out there than it is here. And so I stopped to ask the fella if he was interested in selling it, and he wanted to fix it himself. Now, he's not a car guy, but he has a friend who's a mechanic, and he had told him that the ECM and the prom are either mismatched or they're bad, or one of them's bad, you know, and they were going back and forth trying to figure it out. And I went back three times to talk to the guy, and he's like, well, I really want to get, you know, this much out of it and all of that, but I know I've got to get got to get it running, you know, if he wants to get good money like that. Hey, Neverboard, yes, this is the new one. Good to see you. Thanks for coming in. So anyways, I was just looking it over and listening to the engine turn over. Yeah, it wouldn't start, but I'm thinking, I don't think it's that ECM. It gave me a funny feeling like, I don't think that's the problem. So I made him an offer for like less than half of what he wanted for it. And I said, but then I can take it off your hands. It'll be out of your hair and it'll be in my hair. So I brought it home, checked the ECM and the prom and some of the functions in the truck, and it was fine. But it wouldn't start, you know, and his mechanic told him that, yeah, it's the ECM, you got to change it, you know. So he bought a new CM, he bought the new prom. I put it all back together, and he was hearing a clicking sound when he turned the key on. Well, that was part of the HVAC. It's a common problem when the cars get older. You've got those, what do you call those actuators that open and close some of the vents and things like that. And it was making a clicking sound, so that's going to be an easy one. Pull that part and replace it. But I wasn't getting fuel, so I checked the fuses and I checked the relay, tested the relay, and the relay was bad. Put a new relay in it. fixed the problem for the fuel pump. Wasn't getting spark. I was kind of diagnosing the ignition system, and I found the pickup coil was bad, and so I'm ordering a new distributor, kit, the hit distributor, the whole thing, coil, whatever, all that stuff. I need ICM, and so Blendor, thank you. I can never remember that name. I don't know why. I've never had to fix one or deal with one before. The tube to the cement. Oh yeah. They never sealed it. Really? Yeah, they sealed this along the bottom. I was shocked at how much they sealed it. And I was thankful for that. Oh, you do have a 94 Sierra. Wow, that's nice. That's nice. Yeah, very close to this one. This is a 92. But yeah, Frank, they really still, I mean, to me, it looks like they did a phenomenal job. Looks really good. And a friend of mine manufactures and sells awnings. So I bought an awning for this building, and I bought an awning for the back of my attached garage. And really nice, man. They do a great job with the rain and everything. But really, I'm more concerned with the snow. As you know, Frank, you have more snow than we do here. And, if you get a bunch of snow piled up against the side of the building and then it warms up and it melts in, I don't want that happening. But thank goodness they did a nice job sealing it. And we've had some really bad downpours here the last few days with all this heat and humidity. And then you get a big old, storm that pops up. And I mean, it comes down like crazy. And I wasn't getting any leaks, at least through at that time. Of course, it's brand new, but we'll see. So, yeah, now I got some work to do on it, of course. I'm going to have to, cowboy. What's it doing? I got to insulate it now, before winter gets here. I'm going to put a wood stove in here. I don't have electricity out here yet. I plan on using my battery operated tools, but I still need to get some tools out here and some basic electricity. I got some lights for out here, both electric and solar. I just run my 100-foot extension out here and just use an extension cord for now. I'm not really running power tools or anything with it. So that's okay. But hey, you know what? What I need it for, it's gonna be really good. Now I'm gonna have the attached garage. This is 22 wide by 25 deep. It's 550 square feet. The one on the house, the attached, is 804 square feet. So it's not quite twice as big as this, but there's a lot of room in there. That's where I've got my mill and my lathe and my welders and all that stuff. So what I plan on doing after I finish this Sorrento here that I'm working on is moving the Camaro in here. That'll open up a lot of space in the garage, and I can get the frame set up and everything in there for the Roadster. I don't know if you guys have seen this. Let me walk back here. See, there's my Ford 9-inch, if you can see that. There, that's better. There's the Ford 9-inch for the Roadster. Got that. Got the front end in the other shop. This will be moving over there too. So looks like I'm probably, I keep changing my mind, but I'll probably do most of the early Roadster work, at least over in the other shop. So that's kind of the situation there. But yeah, this is kind of a pain in the neck to work on without any real light besides this. Check the roll-up doors. Ours didn't come with a seal at the top. Okay, I did order the seals. It was something that it didn't come stock or standard, but I did get the seals. I do have a little cement issue on the front here because it comes right off the end of my driveway. Okay, you can see how the driveway comes right up to the opening of the doors. This door is fine, but that one's there's a little bit of a slope to it. We caught it over here a lot better than we did over there when we put the cement down, but I have to grind off a little bit of the cement over there before I get the seal on the bottom to really seal. But I almost went with, you know, kind of a standard door like is on the garage over there. You probably can see it from here. But these open up all this space right in front of right behind where the door is, and it's just, I think, going to be better doing it this way. So, yeah. It's a little bit dark in there now. Whoops, let's see here. My flashlight does so much, but almost tempted to roll it outside, but I'm not going to do that. I think I'm going to call it a day for now. I do have to do something important, like go get in the pool with my wife and have a little bit of refreshment in the pool, and maybe cool off a little bit and enjoy the rest of the evening. But everybody who's here, I want to say thanks. I really appreciate you coming and you know, pitching in here, the comments and all that means a lot. I just figured, hey, you know what? I'm gonna do a live while I'm out tinkering around with this thing for the first time. So thank you so much. Look forward to seeing you guys through the week. I'll probably be up on this again here tomorrow, the next day, I don't know, something like that. So Frank and everybody else, thank you so much for being here. I'll catch everybody real soon. Take care.